Oh, this is going to be an awesome video. This is the drone video for the 10-acre tract with the barn at Bull Shoals Lake, east side, bordering the Corps of Engineers line at Bull Shoals Lake, with a nice trail that goes right to a really secluded, beautiful cove. Anyway, right now we're over the barn area. We're looking west. That's the paved road that borders the west side of the property. And I'm trying to get situated here and get my bearings so we can narrate this properly. So this is on the north end of a private peninsula. We're looking westerly, and now we're panning toward the south. Can't really tell it from here, but that lake wraps all the way around this huge private peninsula, and now we're facing east, and that's the lake again. So we're still over the property. We're backing up. I believe we're trying to get over about the paved road on the west side. You can see a lake, a pond or whatnot to the left. That's on an adjacent property. Okay, so there you can see the road. That's Mo-Ark Road, short for Missouri Ozark Road. And it dead ends just a few hundred yards past the property, so super private. So we've got road frontage on the west side. Obviously, quite a bit of timber on the property. This is a winter drone video, so no leaves on the trees, unfortunately. But I like doing the winter videos because you get just an extremely honest look at the property. So in this one in particular, you can tell there's been no recent logging of any kind on the property that we could see. In the springtime, when the leaves are out, it's hard to tell if a property's been logged, but in the winter you can't hide it. So the truck is parked by the barn. That's where the drilled well is, the shared well. There are 6 tracts serviced where that have an interest in that well, so you get a 1/6 interest in that deep well there. So now we're flying east. So much good timber on the property. This is the tract where we discovered some monstrous oak trees on the east side. Just enormous trees, well over 100 years old. We've got some good pasture area. You can see the mowed area to the right there, which is some pasture on the property. Yep, right there. So I mean, if you're looking for a really grassy yard type area for a building site, you've got that covered. And then as we look, you can see the fence line in about the middle of the screen. Look at the aerial to see how the property is situated. But now go to the left of the field and go straight back. And that's all that timber is on the property as well. And the east side is where it directly borders the Corps of Engineer line at Bull Shoals Lake. Bull Shoals Lake was created and maintained by the Corps of Engineers. So what that means is all the Corps of Engineers lakes, and there are many of them in Missouri, the public can't own the actual water. There's a take line because the Corps of Engineers needed to be able to raise and lower the level and maintain the shoreline. So what you can do is you can own up to the Corps of Engineer line or the take line, which gives you access to the water. So now you can see that trail. That little trail actually is on the extreme east side of the property, and you can follow that directly to a beautiful secluded cove. It's called State Line Cove, right on Bull Shoals Lake. So you've got great access to the water from your property. Corps of Engineers is pretty picky about creating new trails. They don't like to give out permits for new trails. So to have access to an existing trail is fantastic, because that'll take you right to the water. And my understanding is you're allowed to mow existing trails and maintain them. So that is an extremely valuable bonus on this property. That's State Line Cove right there. We were actually there just yesterday. We were there, today's Monday morning. We were there yesterday. Took the family down, went to State Line Cove and fished. Caught a couple nice bass. We didn't keep any, but it was awesome. The kids had a blast, and the adults did too. It's so fun out there. It's so private, so secluded. Really only saw a couple other people that came down the cove in boats. Obviously we're panning back toward the west, looking over the property. So a little bit of that meadow directly on the property. We should have a pretty good aerial on the listing that you can check out. It shows it really well. But this is just the coolest area. I mean, the wildlife is insane. We saw deer, we saw turkey. Since this is a large private peninsula, the animals just kind of go there and they can't leave unless they come over your property, basically. So you can just sit there and watch the animals parade through. Electric, including a pole, is already on the property. Phone is right at the road. You'll find pipe fencing along the west side of the property at the road. This is an original, authentic bison ranch. Back in the day, they had buffalo or bison or whatnot on this property. And actually, it looks like, oh, there's the barn that's on the property. On the side of the barn, it looked like they started some kind of sorting pen system with pipe fencing and never finished it. The barn's probably usable for animals or storage. It's nothing fancy. I haven't been inside it, but one of my guys did. I think it's got a dirt floor, and they said it looked, I mean, surprisingly solid. So for storage or to use for animals, it's pretty cool. I've heard about people converting those into houses. That would be a lot of work, although it would be cool when it was done. So there's the shared well just to the side of the barn. You have a 1/6 interest in that well. It's a deep well. It's a good deal there. Truck is parked, obviously, on the property. I mean, there's so much you can do with this property. It's just nuts. I think this tract out here, I don't know that it has a driveway installed yet, because it does have that pipe fencing along the west side, and probably about the southwest corner would be the best spot for a driveway to be installed, or it basically cut the pipe fencing and clear some trees to drive onto the property. In the meantime, you can just drive a few hundred feet down the road, and there's a gate on one of the other tracks, and you can use that to get in and access the property until you install your driveway or whatnot. We're happy to help with that if you can. Our guys are only a couple hours away, and we're happy to help with little projects as we're available. There you can just see the whole private peninsula. I mean, it's just a spectacular place. Just to go and unplug and vacation or live with the paved road frontage. 30, 40, probably about 40 minutes or so from Branson. That's what the neighbors tell me anyway. Forsyth is closer. There's several gas stations much closer than that. Now we're just backing up to get an overview. Oh, we're just about out of time here. Anyway, amazing property. You can check us out at InstantAcres.com, and we would love to work with you.